Coming up on Sports Night, Northwestern football takes a hold of the Big Ten West.
The volleyball team plays their last match at Beardsley Gym.
And we preview the men's and women's basketball season as the new Welsh Ryan Arena is open for business.
Well, Emma, it looks like you're still celebrating Halloween, as I see that you have your mask on from last night, and I gotta say, it's pretty scary.
Oh yeah? Well, I saw you out, and it looked like you were dressed as yourself since, well, you know, you're the devil.
Well, you got me there, but tonight, it's not about us and how I'm much better than you at anchoring, because we're gonna put our differences aside for Sports Night right now.
Welcome back. I'm Jake Arrieta, former Chicago Cub.
And I'm Troy Bolton, a true Wildcat.
Speaking of Wildcats, Troy, the Cats had a big football game in Evanston this past weekend. Back home at Ryan Field, the Cats look to extend their 3-game win streak against the Wisconsin Badgers and take a firm hold of the Big Ten West. Let's see how they did. Cats in Evanston having won 3 of the last 4 against the Badgers at Ryan Field. Badgers strike first as Alec Ingold takes this one into the end zone for the touchdown. Up 7-0 early in the first quarter. The Wildcats would get rolling soon after as Ben Skronik makes the grab. This would set up the quarterback sneak for Clayton Thorson. Is he in? Yes! The referee's signal. Cats on the board, 7-7. Turnovers were the name of the game, with both teams having 3 apiece. Ball comes loose. Where is it exactly? Trey Williams with the fumble recovery and the bear hug from Blake Gallagher. Cats in the red zone. Thorson takes the snap. Anyone home? Guess not. Thorson dances on him all the way into the end zone, diving for the touchdown. 14-7 Cats. Again, Thorson takes the snap, back to pass, and who else but Flynn Nagel out there with the grab. Unfortunately, he cannot corral it inbounds. Incomplete pass. Clayton Thorson with all the time in the world, and it pays off as Kareek McGowan gives us his best Michael Jordan impression. Cats up 21-10. Mario better watch out with this one. Isaiah Bowser dives into the end zone for the Wildcat score. Cats now up 31-10. This one is all but over, but not before Kendrick Pryor takes it in for the touchdown. Cats win 31-17. Now we take you to Ryan Field, where Sports Night very own Abriel Siergar catches you up on all the action.
Implications on who would sit atop the Big Ten West, the Northwestern Wildcats came up big at home here at Ryan Field. While the stadium had a lot of red, it was all purple in the game, as the Northwestern Wildcats were able to pull off a relative upset against Big Ten Conference rivals and number 20 ranked Wisconsin Badgers. The Wisconsin Badgers were without their quarterback Hornibrook, and the Northwestern Wildcats had big games from Isaiah Bowser as well as Clayton Thorson. The Wildcats will look to make it 4 in a row when they play Notre Dame next Saturday.
I am now joined by Jess Vitti of WNUR. Jess, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Now, the Northwestern Wildcats had a dominant win over the Wisconsin Badgers this past weekend. What were some positives and negatives you saw from their performance?
Yeah, this was a great win against a ranked team. The most important thing that the Northwestern Wildcats did this past weekend was they stopped the run. Wisconsin running back and Heisman Trophy contender Jonathan Taylor posed a huge threat, but he came up pretty empty on Saturday. He lost 2 fumbles, and he only rushed for about 46 yards on 11 carries. So that was the biggest thing that I would say that the Cats did on Saturday.
Now, it's arguably one of the biggest games to be played at Ryan Field in the past decade. What do the Wildcats need to do right to beat Notre Dame this weekend?
The Wildcats have a tough challenge this week. I would say that one of the keys is that Clayton Thorson needs to play better. Last weekend against Wisconsin, We forced 3 turnovers, and we really capitalized on those opportunities. But Clayton Thorson also had 3 interceptions, and that's a big problem. Another thing that I would say that Northwestern needs to do is they need to continue to run the ball. We've seemed to have found a pretty good rhythm between Thorson and freshman running back Isaiah Bowser, who for the past 2 weekends has had 100-plus rushing yard games. So I think that he's somebody that the Cats need to keep utilizing, and yeah, that's something they've been doing well.
Now, looking ahead, the Cats now sit atop of the Big Ten West with a 1.5 game lead. This is the first time that we've been able to seriously sit down and talk about the what-ifs. What do you think the odds are that the Cats make it to Indianapolis, and what needs to happen to make that a reality?
It's kind of funny because this game this weekend against Notre Dame is such a fun game, such an exciting game, but I think what we really need to focus on is the weekend after that in Iowa. That's what it all comes down to. And if we can pull out a win against the Hawkeyes, then, I mean, we've got the championship game in the bag. I'm not really too scared about the Hawkeyes. I mean, their biggest win comes from Maryland. They really haven't shown me anything that I'm scared of. So I think that the Wildcats have a good chance against Iowa.
Well, thank you for joining us, Jess. It's always great to have you. You can hear more from Jess at WNUR.
The women's cross-country team traveled to good old Lincoln, Nebraska on Sunday to compete in the Big Ten Championship. Junior Aubrey Roberts crossed the line in second place in the 6K race, earning a spot on the first team All-Big Ten team. Roberts finished with a time of 19 minutes and 58.4 seconds, one of only 2 runners to finish under the 20-minute mark. Junior Sarah Nicholson finished second for the Cats with a time of 21 minutes and 5.8 seconds, with Seal Kearney, Isabel Seidel, and Rachel McCardle rounding out the top 5 scoring for the Cats. Northwestern returns to action when they travel to Peoria, Illinois for the NCAA Midwest Regional Friday, November 9th.
The Northwestern men's golf team put on a stellar performance at the 2018 UNCG Grand Over Collegiate Tournament in Greensboro, North Carolina. First year David Niffiol won his 2nd consecutive individual championship after trailing by 6 strokes heading into the final round. With the win, Niffiol becomes the 3rd Wildcat to win the UNCG Grand Over event, joining the likes of Dylan Wu in 2007 and David Lipsky in 2010. Junior Everton Hawkins also had himself a tournament, picking up his 3rd consecutive top 20 finish overall. As a team, the Cats finished in the top 3 for the 3rd straight tournament. This was the last tournament of 2018 for the Cats, but don't you worry. The golf team returns to action on February 8th for Big Ten match play down in sunny.
And after 3 days of play, junior Dominique Starry brought home the Big Ten Singles Championship from the Big Ten Singles and Doubles Championship hosted by the University of Michigan over the weekend. This is Starry's 2nd Big Ten Singles Championship title in 3 years and the 3rd year in a row that the Cats have brought the Big Ten Singles title back to Evanston. Northwestern will be back in action next weekend for the Minnesota Mock Duels, which are set to start November 2nd to the 4th, facing off against teams such as Dartmouth, Notre Dame, Oregon, and Wisconsin.
Don't go anywhere, because after the break we'll be diving into field hockey and sitting down with Northwestern junior Mallory Hahn.
At Northwestern, we're Wildcats in every way.
Go Northwestern, break right through that. With our colors flying, we will cheer you all the go. Go you Northwestern, fight for the sweet victories, for the fame of our fair name, and go Northwestern, win that game. Go Cats!
At Northwestern University, we are pioneering innovation and achieving excellence across every imaginable discipline. At Northwestern University, the possibilities are endless.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I saw your reflection in the camera for a second, and I got like really scared there. Yeah. So now we take you to the Big Ten tournament, where the field hockey team looked to extend their season against second-ranked Michigan. Cats taking on the number 2 Michigan Wolverines in the Big Ten tournament play. Michigan's Emma Way puts away the rebound, 1-0 Wolverines. Shot 2 a bit later, Michigan's Megan Dothwaite puts away a nifty reverse chip shot to give the Wolverines a 2-0 lead. Shot 3, second half now, Michigan's still dominating. Faye Kyer puts away a shot from in close that deflects off the defender, 3-0 Wolverines. Shot 4, Northwestern would salvage 1 goal as Eva Van Egg puts away a pretty pass from Puck Pantego, but the Cats would lose 3-1.
The men and women's swimming and diving team took to the water at home Friday evening as they faced off against our neighbors to the south, UIC. The Cats performed really well, taking the top spot in 28 of 32 events, with swimmers finishing in at least the top 3 in every contest they competed in. Andrew Zhang took home finished in first in the 100 back, while Will Hofster highlighted the men's team's success with 2 individual event wins in the 100 and 200 breast. On the women's side, sophomore Sophie Angus had 3 wins and a 3rd place finish, while the women's 200 medley relay also took home first. Northwestern dominated the diving boards as well, with Olivia Rosenthal besting her 1-meter competition by over 40 points with a score of 302.10 as she was victorious in the 1-meter and 3-meter event. The men swept the top 3 spots as well, with first-year Johan Eskrik Parkinson taking first in the 1-meter. He also finished first in the 3-meter. The Wildcats returned to the pool on November 9th and 10th as they face off against Princeton in a 2-day dual meet. And on that same note, we are joined here by junior swim team captain Mallory Hahn. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, Friday's meet against UIC was quite successful. What went right for you guys?
We're working really hard in the pool right now, and everybody's just really excited to step up and be here. And so it was before midterm week, and everybody was just really hype. And I think it was relaxed because it wasn't some of our best competition. So people were really just trying to go out there and swim their best races and compete. But we can't be satisfied. We got to keep doing better every single week. And so in our next meet, I hope that it keeps getting better.
What was it like being nominated as a captain for your junior year, and how has that changed your outlook on the season as an upperclassman and a leader?
Being an upperclassman, you just become really grateful of everything that we have. Your facilities, your coaches, your teammates, and it's such an exciting experience to just understand like that it's going by so fast and that all you want to do is enjoy and spread that excitement and enjoyment to your other teammates. And then as a junior, being nominated is such an amazing experience, and I hope I get to continue it on for my senior year when I get to keep teaching and helping and carrying that excitement through for the next 2 years. And it's a lot of really great leadership experience as well.
And do you have any personal goals or team goals for this year? And are there any standout freshmen we should look out for?
To sum up, I would say we just want to do better for myself and for the team. We have goals in doing better at Big Tens and scoring more points at dual meets and getting the best recruits in the country. And so far, we've been hitting those goals. So just making sure that like we keep doing better and we keep going to that standard of just being a better team than the past couple of years. And then for freshies, they're all fast little fishies. Keep your eye out for all of them. Don't want to give too many shout outs. Don't want to show favorites, but they're all my favorites. So keep your eye out for them.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, and you can see her in the pool this season.
Go Cats.
And now we take you to Martin Stadium, where the men's soccer team took on Concordia College on Friday night. Senior night for the Cats. Let's see how they did. Senior night at Martin Stadium as the Cats looked off to send their seniors off the right way. And senior night it was as Jake Roberge with the tally to make it 1-0, his first of the season. The assist off Cam Fisher, get used to hearing that name. He scores to make it 2-0, his 4th on the season and not his last. Like I said, get used to hearing this kid's name. Camden Bisher again with the tally to make it 5-0 in the second half. His 3rd goal of the night, and to finish off the hat trick, Camden Bisher again with a beautiful goal. He shoots it in the middle again. Cats win 6-0. Sending their seniors off the right way.
The women's volleyball team took on Ohio State Sunday afternoon in their final match in historic Beardsley Gym. Let's take a look at how they did. Northwestern faces off against Ohio State as they seek their third win in the last 4 games. Early first set we start with, and the serve is dug out by Sarah Johnson, set up by Brittany Bomber, and killed by Lana Walker. Happy Halloween, ladies and gentlemen, because that was scary. We jump to set point now as Olivia Viscuso serves it to Ohio State, who eventually rallies it back to Northwestern as Britt Bomber sets it to Ella Gerbach for the kill. Cats take this one 25-15. Set 2 now with a dig from Sarah Johnson. Britt Bomber sets it again to Aubriana Cannon for the kill. And then we go on to match point. We get a serve from Olivia Viscuso, and then Ohio State kind of plays around with it a bit, but then block 1. Oh, and then they try to come back with it, but no. Block 2. Welcome to the block party, ladies and gentlemen. Cats win. After the break, we take an in-depth look at the men's and women's basketball team, and I show you why I'm a better anchor than Emma. You won't want to miss it.
At Northwestern,
go.
Wildcats in every way.
Go Northwestern, break right through that. With our colors flying, we will cheer you all the go. Go you Northwestern, fight for victory, sweet victory, for the fame of our fair name, and go Northwestern, win that game. Go Cats!
At Northwestern University, we are pioneering innovation and achieving excellence across every imaginable discipline. At Northwestern University, the possibilities are endless.
You know, on this day in history, Michelangelo completed the Sistine Chapel and Shakespeare's Othello was released. It makes sense because I am a beautiful piece of art and you are just one big tragedy.
That's simply not true. The new Welsh Wyan Arena, which began its $110 million transformation back in March of 2017, is finally complete. The new stadium boasts improved seating throughout the entire arena, new locker rooms for the men's basketball, women's basketball, and volleyball teams, state-of-the-art lighting, audio, and video capabilities in the arena, and more. The new Welsh Wyan Arena will see its first action as the men's basketball team faces McHenry in an exhibition game on Friday night, followed by the women's basketball team facing off in an exhibition game against Lewis on Sunday.
After their exhibition game against McKendree, the men's basketball team have 31 games lined up, with 20 of them being in conference, before finishing the year with the Big Ten tournament in Chicago. The team's newcomers are Pete Nance, Ryan Young, Miller Kopp, Ryan Greer, and transfer Ryan Taylor. Sounds like a lot of Ryans to me. A.J. Turner will also see his first action after transferring from Boston College last year. Jordan Ash, Vic Law, and Derek Pardon are the team's captains. Following their Lewis exhibition game, the women's basketball team have 29 games lined up, with 18 of them being in conference before heading to the Big Ten tournament in Indy. The team's newcomers are Jess San Cataldo, Sydney Wood, Veronica Burton, and Courtney Shaw. Palis Kunayakpana, Abby Scheid, and Lindsay Polium are the team's captains. Now, to dive into a bit more detail on both of those basketball teams, WNUR's Noah Kaufman has joined me on desk to give a preview about little basketball. Now, Noah, neither of these teams had a great seasons last year, to put it mildly. What are your initial thoughts on either team heading into the 2018-2019 campaign?
Well, the season looks up for both of these teams comparatively to where it was last year, Ryan. For men, they struggled, especially out of the gate, but also down the stretch. Going to a 15-17 record wasn't where they wanted to be, coming off the program's first ever NCAA tournament appearance. But this year should be better, returning most of their contributors. The only big losses, Scotty Lindsey and Brian McIntosh. But adding Taylor and Turner especially should be huge for this team, and I expect them to be improved over last season's less than 500 record. And for the women's team, really not losing much of anybody once again. I mean, most of the starters returning. You got Palis Kanayakpana and Lindsey Pulliam and Abby Scheid. The three captains are the three keys to that team, and they're all back on the court. So it should be an improvement from both teams, although I'm not necessarily sure if either of them is going to make the NCAA tournament.
Now, there are a solid amount of newcomers for both teams, with 10 combined if you count the transfers. Which one of them are you looking out for as this season, and what kind of role do you expect them to play?
Yeah, for the men's team, I think that there's going to be a couple of important newcomers. There's so many newcomers that it's tough to really pick out one, but if I had to pick out one, it's Pete Nance, highest rated recruit of this class for Northwestern. He's the guy coming in who's going to be expected to contribute probably in a sixth man role to start the season. Might be starting by the time this team gets to Big Ten play. He's long, he's athletic, he can defend, and he can really throw down dunks. So he's something that this Northwestern team needs more of, and that's athleticism. And he can really have a good chance to contribute a ton this season. On the women's side, it's Sydney Wood is the player to look for me. Top 100 recruit, first in a little while for this Northwestern team. Coming in as a forward, has a chance to make an impact. Also probably won't start at least to kick off the season, but should work her way into the starting lineup as the season progresses, and she'll be a really solid piece for this team to lean on in addition to their returning players.
And if you had to make an optimistic prediction on either team's success this season, what would you predict, and what are some of the keys to help either of them get there?
Well, both of these teams have the talent, I'd say, to make the leap to NCAA tournament contenders. So if I'm making an optimistic prediction, I'd say that both of these teams go to the tournament. I don't think that's necessarily the most likely outcome, but both teams have the talent definitely to be able to do it. For this men's team, it's tough after not making. Both teams didn't make the postseason last year, so it is, like I said, a little bit optimistic. But with the improvement in talent, and also especially on the women's side, the rest of the Big Ten hasn't really gotten better along with them, so they have a chance to make a really big leap, even though they finished near the bottom of the conference last season. I do think both of these teams can make the NCAA tournament, and that'd be a huge season, be the first time in Northwestern history that both teams have made the tournament in the same year.
And last question, and arguably the most important one, can you rate my costume?
0.
Okay. All right. That's fine. I understand that. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Noah Kaufman is with WNUR. If you'd like any more of his work, he is actually doing the live play-by-play tomorrow against McKendree in the Welsh Ryan Open. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Frank.
Some might call it a tragedy, but the Blackhawks got Corey Crawford back this season, so really they're not doing too bad, and at least I'm not balding before the age of 20. After the break, it's the most exciting 45 seconds of the day. Plays of the week are coming.
At Northwestern, we're Wildcats in every way.
Northwestern break right through that. With our colors flying, we will cheer you all to go. Go you Northwestern, fight for victory, sweet victory, for the fame of our fair name, and go Northwestern, win that game. Go Cats!
At Northwestern University, we are pioneering innovation and achieving excellence across every imaginable discipline. At Northwestern University, the possibilities are endless.
Well, at least I have my life under control. Plays of the week are right now.
At number 3 here, we're back in Beardsley Gym. We saw this before. We're going to see it again. Britt Bomber sets it up to Alana Walker for the kill. Cats win in 3 straight sets.
At number 2, Camden Bisher had a night. He bends it like Beckham here to score a beautiful goal for the Cats. They would win 6-0.
And finally, at number 1, we see Northwestern football at home, and my, oh my, has Clayton Thorson got some dance moves. Woo, 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 dives it in. Cats win 31-17.
All joking
aside, it was great working with you, Emma, and you're really not that bad.
Yeah, I know I'm really great. We all know that Miles Miller is actually the worst.
But what about Evan?
Yeah, that's true. Unfortunately, I think the roasting has to come to an end as we are out of time.
Till next time, follow us on Facebook and Twitter at NNN Sports. For Ryan Coleman, for Emma, thank you so much for watching and have a wonderful night. Emma Hruby? How do I say your last name?